Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. e5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4, and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop. Nf3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e5 pawn, and prepares to castle. Nc6 develops the knight toward the center, protects the pawn on e5, and eyes the d4 square. The three knights opening begins with nc3, which controls the d5 square and supports the e4 pawn. Nf6 develops the knight, attacks the e4 pawn, and controls the d5 square. bb5 develops the bishop, attacks the c6 knight and prepares castling. nd4 centralizes the knight and attacks the bishop on b5 and the knight on f3. bc4 retreats the bishop to a safe square while keeping it on the active a2g8 diagonal. It is the last book move. This gives away a free pawn. This threatens to kick a bishop. It is an inaccuracy. That pawn was free for the taking. This threatens to fork pieces. It is best. This blocks the attack on a pawn that could have been captured. This threatens to win a bishop. It is best. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. This develops a piece while also winning a tempo on a knight. It is good. This offers an equal trade of pieces. It is best. After all captures, this is an equal trade. It is best. Takes back. It is best. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. This is the only move that works. This threatens to take an open file with the rook. It is a great move. This threatens to create a passed pawn. It is excellent. There was only one good move in that position. This ignores an opportunity to take an open file with a rook. It is a mistake. This ignores a better way to move a bishop to safety. This permits the opponent to kick a knight. It is a miss. The opposing knight is kicked by a pawn, and must now move or be captured. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. This threatens to win a pawn. It is good. This is an equal trade. This is the only good move. This stops the opponent from being able to win a pawn. It is best. Recaptures. This threatens to create a passed pawn. It is best. This wins a tempo by threatening a queen and forcing it to move away. It is excellent. This move puts the queen on a safer square. It is best. This develops a piece while also winning a tempo on a bishop. It is good. This blocks an attack on a vulnerable bishop. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. Right on target. It is best. This threatens to reveal an attack on a bishop. There was only one good move there. It is a mistake. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it? This ignores an opportunity to threaten winning a bishop. It is a miss. This loses a pawn. It is a mistake. This wins a pawn. This is the only good move. It is a great move. Takes back. It is best. That was a great move and very hard to find. This is the only move that works. It is brilliant. This defends the attacked pawn. It is best. This misses a great but hard to find move. It is an inaccuracy. Recaptures. It is best. This connects the rooks, which helps them coordinate together in the future. It is good. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This activates a rook by developing it off of its starting square. It is good. A very strong play. It is excellent. That's what I would have recommended. It is best. Very precise. It is best. This is the strongest option. It is best. This develops a rook off its starting square, getting it into the action. It is good. This is a fair move. It is good. Right on target. It is best. This protects the attacked pawn. It is best. That's what I would have recommended. It is best. Very precise. It is best. This is not the best. It is an inaccuracy. This defends the attacked rook. It is best. The pawn is now adequately defended. It is good. A solid choice. It is excellent. That's fine. It is good. This is not the right idea. It is an inaccuracy. This doubles the rooks onto a single file, which allows them to team up to create threats. It is best. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is good. This threatens to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank. It is excellent. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This threatens to win a pawn. This stops the opponent from being able to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank. It is good. This is an equal trade. It is best. Takes back. This is the start of the endgame and black is equal. It is best. This steps away from the checking queen. It is best. This threatens to win a queen. It is excellent. This prevents the opponent from being able to win a queen. It is excellent. This blocks the check from an opposing rook. It is good. This defends the attacked rook. It is good. This creates a threat to win a pawn. It is best. This evades the check from the queen. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This is the strongest option. It is best. Recaptures. It is best. This steps away from the checking queen. It is forced. Right on target. It is best. There were worse moves, but also something much better. It is an inaccuracy. This overlooks an opportunity to threaten winning a pawn. It is an inaccuracy. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. This permits the opponent to create a passed pawn. It is a mistake. There was only one good move in that position. This ignores a better way to create a passed pawn. It is a miss. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This evades the check from the queen. It is forced. This defends the attacked pawn. It is good. That's what I would have recommended. It is best. This evades the check from the queen. It is excellent. Very precise. It is best. This defends the attacked pawn. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is good. This pushes a passed pawn. This is the only good move. This threatens to play checkmate. It is a great move. This is the only move that works. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. This stops the opponent from being able to play checkmate. It is a great move. This is not the best. It is an inaccuracy. This steps away from the checking queen. It is best. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is an inaccuracy. There was only one good move there. It is a mistake. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is good. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is best. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. This is the only move that works. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. This prevents the opponent from being able to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is a great move. This threatens to force eventual checkmate. It is best. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This misses a better way to evade the check from the opposing queen. It is a mistake. This threatens to win a queen. It is best. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. Takes back. It is best. This pushes a passed pawn. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is best. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This pushes a passed pawn. This threatens to promote a pawn to a queen. It is best. This promotes a pawn to a queen. It is best. The pawn reaches the back rank and promotes to a queen. It is good. One of the best moves. It is excellent. This evades the check from the queen. It is excellent. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This steps away from the checking queen. It is best. This is the strongest option. It is best. This evades the check from the queen. It is best. This forks pieces by creating a simultaneous attack. It is excellent. This steps away from the checking queen. It is excellent. This makes a passed pawn, meaning no opposing pawn can challenge it on its way to promotion. It is best. This steps away from the checking queen. It is excellent. That's a sensible reply. It is excellent. This steps away from the checking queen. It is excellent. A very strong play. It is excellent. This steps away from the checking queen. It is excellent. This pushes a passed pawn. It is excellent. A solid choice. It is excellent. This pushes a passed pawn. It is excellent. One of the best moves. It is excellent. That's a sensible reply. It is excellent. This steps away from the checking queen. It is excellent. Right on target. It is best. This evades the check from the queen. It is forced. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. It is excellent. A very strong play. It is excellent. A solid choice. It is excellent. This evades the check from the queen. It is excellent. That's what I would have recommended. It is best. This steps away from the checking queen. It is forced. This pushes a passed pawn. It is excellent. One of the best moves. It is excellent. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. It is excellent. This moves the queen to safety. It is best. That's a sensible reply. It is excellent. This evades the check from the queen. It is excellent. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. It is excellent. This move puts the queen on a safer square. It is excellent. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. It is excellent. This reveals a check. It is excellent. This steps away from the checking queen. It is best. Very precise. It is best. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. It is excellent. This forks multiple pieces. It is excellent. This defends the attacked pawn. It is best. This threatens to win a pawn. It is excellent. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. It is best.